You ever stop to think about how the biggest changes in history, these huge shifts in power, often come down to the most ordinary things? That's exactly what we're diving into today. This incredible power that's so often hidden in plain sight.
So let me ask you this. When you picture the fall of some great, powerful empire, what comes to mind? You're probably thinking of huge armies, right? Or brilliant military tactics. Maybe some kind of world-changing weapon. But what if the answer was way, way simpler? Something you could just hold in your hand.
See, the thing that was used to challenge the entire Egyptian empire, it wasn't a gleaming sword fresh from the forge, and it wasn't a massive army marching in lockstep. Nope, it was something that started its life in complete and total obscurity.
And that brings us to this unlikely weapon, an object that somehow made the journey from the quiet, lonely desert all the way to the world stage, where it was headed for a showdown with a king. And, the contrast here it's just staggering. On one side, you've got all the might of an empire. We're talking polished gold, things forged in a palace, built to command armies. And on the other side, a shepherd's staff, a piece of worn-out wood, something found in the desert that was only used to guide sheep. Talk about an underdog story, right? It's all right here.
So the big question is, how in the world does a simple shepherd's staff become the very thing that brings a nation to its knees? Well, that's where this incredible story of transformation comes in. How something so simple became so significant.
The whole journey pretty much happened in 3 steps. First, it was just a tool, a guiding tool used for the same old job day in and day out. Then came step 2, a divine call. In one single crucial moment, this ordinary object gets set apart, consecrated for a whole new purpose. And that, of course, leads to the final stage, where it becomes this powerful symbol, an instrument used to defy an entire empire.
And this quote, wow, it just shows you how direct that power became. This wasn't some abstract idea. It was tangible. You could literally see it happen. The outcome of battles, the very morale of the people, it was all connected to the position of this one piece of wood. When it went up, they were victorious. When it came down, hope just faded. That staff had become a channel for something so much bigger than itself.
Now, this story is way more than just a cool piece of history. It's actually a perfect illustration of a really deep principle. So let's really dig in and unpack the core lesson that this whole transformation is trying to show us.
And here's the key takeaway, the main point. It's called the principle of availability. The idea is that God doesn't necessarily go looking for the most impressive, most extraordinary, most powerful thing out there. No, he chooses what's simply available, what's present, what's offered up. The power doesn't come from the object itself. It comes in that moment it's made available.
Okay, and this is where this whole ancient story suddenly becomes incredibly personal. Because that very same principle, it applies to every single one of us, right here, right now. It's time to turn this lesson inward.
I really want you to ask yourself this question. Seriously, what is that ordinary, everyday thing that you have? What's your shepherd's staff?
And look, it's probably not a wooden staff, right? For you, maybe it's your voice, your willingness to speak up when something matters. Or maybe it's a specific skill you have, something you've worked on for years that feels totally normal to you, but could be amazing to someone else. It could be your unique life experiences, or a simple tool you use every single day. It could be your quiet, steady consistency that no one sees, or that fire, that passion you have for a cause. These are the ordinary things in our hands.
And please remember the main message here. The power isn't in your voice being the most polished, or your skill being world famous. The incredible, game-changing potential is unlocked by just one thing: your willingness to make it available for a purpose that's bigger than you.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. Just take a look at your life, at the tools and the talents you probably take for granted. Which one of them, which seemingly ordinary part of who you are, is just waiting for its moment? Waiting to be made available so it can become something truly extraordinary.